Hey guys, welcome back to the Backcheck Podcast. My name's Cam Meserve alongside Dawson Smith, and today we have divisional round predictions for the second round in the NFL playoffs. To review what happened in our first video, Dawson and I both went 5 for 6. He got wrong the 49ers Cowboys game. He had the Cowboys game, and I predicted the Cardinals over the Rams, which I was definitely not close on that one. But so we both went 5 for 6, pretty good in those rounds. If you like our content, please like, comment, and subscribe to follow for more great NFL, hockey, and baseball content. We have many guest appearances coming on, and you're not going to want to miss them. So our first matchup is a Saturday matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to battle I almost said the Houston Texans. Imagine. No, yeah. Not the Houston Texans, the Tennessee Titans. Dawson, who do you have in this matchup and why?
Yeah, so the Bengals and the Titans are both really good teams this year. We look at someone like Jamar Chase, who's been having a really good season with Joe Burrow, breaking a all-time rookie record for receiving yards. I believe he's over 1,500 yards now as a rookie receiver, counting the playoff stats. So you look at Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase with that connection, and I think they're too much, to overcome. Mike Vrabel has had a great job with this Tennessee Titans offense. A lot of guys getting hurt. You look at Derrick Henry out for the season. You look at, a few other players that have been key players out for the Titans. I just see the Titans as sort of a banged up team. And I think this is Joe Burrow's time to really come through, lead this Bengals offense, and hopefully, give the Bengals another playoff win to hopefully make another historic mark in their team's history.
Absolutely. That's a good pick and a good analyst of that situation. I have the Cincinnati Bengals as well. Nothing against the Tennessee Titans. I know they might be getting Derrick Henry back this weekend, which might be a little scary, but watching that game against the Raiders, Joe Burrow looked extremely calm. He looked very confident. It looks like he's been here before. Cincinnati looked good as a whole. I think some things on defense, they got some guys a little banged up. That will be a question mark. But overall, that connection between Burrow and Chase has been exceptional. And I see them defeating Tennessee. I think they have the better quarterback situation than Ryan Tannehill. And the Tennessee Titans, they come out, they can perform like the best team in the NFL, or sometimes you'll see them perform like a bottom 15 team. You don't know what type of Tennessee team you're going to get. I think they're extremely well coached, the Titans. So they have that. They have home field advantage. But again, I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, that connection is wicked strong. And I see the Cincinnati Bengals defeating the Tennessee Titans. On to our next matchup, which this matchup right here, it's the Packers and the 49ers. Obviously, so that was a little bit of an upset. 49ers defeating the Cowboys. Yeah, I got that right, guys. And who do you have in this matchup and why?
Yeah. I didn't see the 49ers coming out on top, but, I do have to say Deebo Samuel has really shined for this 49ers offense, and they've done a great job this year of being able to build around him, but not only that, build around as a whole team and be able to not only run the ball through him, but be able to pass the ball and be able to really make a dynamic offense with what little, talent they have around them. And, they found some diamonds in the rough. And the 49ers defense is pretty, we saw them against this tough Dallas Cowboys offense. So I think that Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers have something to look out for. When it comes down to it, I have a hard time going against them, but I think the Green Bay Packers are going to win this matchup. I think that Aaron Rodgers has been doing great all year. He's with his wide receivers such as Devontae Adams. They have a few other guys. I think that the Green Bay Packers also have been really greatly coached by Matt LaFleur. And, I think that the Packers just have a little bit more experience at this point. And I think that this is sort of Aaron Rodgers' time to get back to the Super Bowl and fight against this tough 49ers team. So we'll see what happens.
I like the pick, and dare I say the 49ers are going to upset the Packers. Oh boy. No, I'm actually going to go with the Green Bay Packers defeating the 49ers, even though I do think it is very plausible that the 49ers, I do think there could be an upset here. I really do. Okay. But again, I think the Packers are excuse me, have been one of the most balanced teams in football over the last month. They look as good as ever. You look at a guy like Rodgers and Adams, that connection is fabulous. They're getting some pieces back. I think David Bakhtiari is coming back on that line. Their O-line's still solid, even with guys out. Their defense is making plays. Rasul Douglas, who even heard of him before really the season, now he's turning out to be a very good cornerback. I think, is Alexander healthy? Is he coming back?
Potentially, and I think that something else to note, right? Like, I believe Fred Warner should be in for that 49ers defense, which should really help him out. But Nick Bosa is still questionable.
Right, in concussions.
JJ Watt, where, he comes in for a quarter and then he's got to get subbed back out, or he's not at his full strength. And so he's not able to be as dynamic for this defense.
Right. Yeah, I am going to go with the Packers, though. But I do, part of me, a very big part of me sees the 49ers winning this game just because I think they're getting their pieces back. They've looked really solid. And it doesn't really matter what your record is as long as you're here in the playoffs, even as a 6 seed, right? So absolutely. I do not count out San Francisco in this matchup. People might be sleeping on them just because they're playing the 1 seed. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But again, I am going to go with the Packers, but I would not be surprised or upset, to be honest with you, if the San Francisco 49ers won this game. Now on to the next matchup. This one on paper is going to be insane. Rams Bucks, and this might not even be the best matchup of this round. Okay. Watching the game last night, the Rams dominated the Cardinals in every asset. Matthew Stafford looked calm. He looked strong. The defense looked amazing. The receiving core looked fabulous. Odell looks like prime Odell right now. Sean McVay, 2 key challenges won. Amazing. They're built great from the coach all the way down into their special teams. Johnny Hecker had some great punts last night. So, but again, they're playing a team like the Buccaneers. Dawson, who do you have winning this game? Obviously, can't count on a guy like Tom Brady, or can you?
Well, I think that's a good point, Cam. And I like that you bring up Johnny Hecker. A lot of times the special teams gets overlooked. And I think the Rams special teams did a really good job last night of really making sure they kept Kyler Murray in check. Heck, I couldn't even watch it past halftime. It was, LA Rams just dominating over the Arizona Cardinals. And, I think with the type of momentum the Rams have coming into this, it should be a really good matchup. Now, you can't count out a guy like Tom Brady, but I do have to say, after the loss of, Antonio Brown and, just the whole Buccaneers, going against a sort of mediocre, Philadelphia Eagles team, I just don't see how, that they're going to be as prepared for this matchup as the LA Rams. The Rams were going up against a tough Arizona Cardinals team, and the Rams dominated them. I mean, the Rams, that should have been a much closer game, and the Rams blew them out of the water. So I think that the Rams are going to win this matchup. Tom Brady could definitely prove me wrong, but I think that Matthew Stafford's really striving to get, more than just one playoff win in his career, and he wants to go a lot further. So we'll see what happens this weekend.
Yeah, another thing to note: Tristan Wirfs, starting right tackle, might be out for the Bucks, so something to keep noted. And like I said in the first episode, guys, the Rams are the best team on paper, and we saw that last night. They have no holes, and they have Cam Akers back, who looked okay. He looked pretty good. He made some nice catches, and they were running the ball down the Cardinals' throats. And so if the Rams want to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're going to have to run the football like they did last night. They used a complementary of 2 backs, Sony Michel and Cam Akers. They the way the Cardinals covered, Cooper Kupp did not touch the ball a lot, but they have Van Jefferson and Odell Beckham, who are just incredible 2 and 3 receivers. And imagine when they get Robert Woods back next year after his torn ACL. So again, I'm so conflicted because the Rams, in my mind, are perfectly built, perfectly coached. They're the perfect team. But we've seen what happens when you count out a guy like Tom Brady. And yeah, I know he made pretty easy work of the Eagles. I know they're not that great of a team on paper, but it wasn't close at all, to be honest with you. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because you can't count out a guy like Tom Brady. If Tom Brady wasn't there, oh yeah, I'd say there's no shot that the Buccaneers beat the Rams. And yeah, very well. The Rams very well could win this game. Absolutely. But maybe there's some bias. There's definitely some bias. But I have the Bucs beating the Rams. Now, debate that in the comments if you'd like. But now the next matchup right here might be the best matchup of this round. Maybe even the playoffs. I don't know. The Buffalo Bills dominated my New England Patriots, put me to sleep before halftime, to be honest with you. Saturday night. The Kansas City Chiefs come in and their offense looks as good as ever, cooking up the Steelers defense, and they just couldn't compete. Now these two bloodbath of the teams, two bloodbath of the quarterbacks are going to go head to head to see who makes it on to the next round. The winner of this round very well could go to the Super Bowl. Dawson, who do you have?
Yeah, thanks, Kim. I think that this is a really tough matchup to pick because it really is going to come down to, a couple whether the Chiefs can protect Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Time to be able to find his wide receivers. Patrick Mahomes has been doing great this year. Not as well as last year, but great. He's kind of got and played. And then you look at a guy like Josh Allen. I had him on fantasy this year. He has been a great quarterback. He's been great, and he's been great against teams like the Chiefs. And he's been great against, we've seen him after his first loss to New England in that tough game in Buffalo. We saw that he dominated the Patriots twice now. And I think that that's something really important to keep in mind. So I think Josh Allen, he's kind of trying to take names here and, really help this Buffalo Bills team out. And I think that whatever team's offense, wins, I think that whatever team does better on offense will overall win this matchup. I think that both teams' defenses are sort of on average to maybe a little bit above average. What's really going to carry them is their overall high power offenses going against each other, and it should be a good old shootout here in Kansas City.
Oh yeah, maybe like 5 touchdowns each for each quarterback. I don't know. So do you have the Bills winning that one?
You might see like a game-winning field goal, 38-35, depending on, I think the Bills are going to win this matchup. I think that's when it comes down to it. I think the Bills are going to win.
And I have thought about this for a long time because I don't know. Now I have to make a decision. Looking at the Bills, I love their defense. They played great against New England. They've been extremely underrated all year long. Kansas City's defense has bounced back. They look pretty strong. When you look at both these offenses, both quarterbacks are electrifying. It's insane. Watching what Mahomes and Josh Allen can do with the football is absolutely incredible. 2 of the best guys at extending plays in the NFL. And they're both sometimes have made some silly mistakes, but I feel like that was a little bit earlier on in the year where both guys are pretty confident with their reads and decision-making. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs over the Buffalo Bills though. And I don't think it's that hot of a take. It's a pretty good take. You got a guy, I think Mahomes has the experience in company. You have a guy like Hill, Kelsey, He's got his speed backs and guys involved. Jerick McKinnon looked really good versus Pittsburgh. I think anybody was watching that game, he looked incredible. And to continue off that point, they got like Robinson and Pringle with some speed. I don't think Harden was in the game, but he's a fast guy as well. And again, this Bills secondary looks good with Poyer and Hyde. I know Tre'Davious White tore his ACL, but this game is going to be very close. It's going to be an offensive shootout, like you said, probably by a field goal. So whoever has possession late in the game, probably a field goal. I don't see it being a blowout, but hey, I've been wrong before. I thought the Bills Patriots were going to be low scoring. So I got the Kansas City Chiefs taking this one over the Buffalo Bills. So for me, I could see them playing the Cincinnati Bengals and to advance to the Super Bowl. But again, any of these, this part of this round is very wide open. Any of these teams could easily move on to the conference championship. So guys, leave your predictions in the comments. Again, Dawson and I both did a really good job last round going 5 for 6. I was hoping to go 6 for 6 last night. Obviously that did not work. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more great content. And make sure to follow our Instagram and TikTok accounts as well. Have a great rest of your night. And let's see who advances on to the conference championships.